The significance of this practical is to measure the flexibility in the hamstrings, hip, and lower back. Allow the individual to warm up 5 to 10 minutes with dynamic stretching exercises to avoid injury. Clients sit on the floor without shoes. Soles of the feet placed against the flexomer. Client should slowly reach forward without bouncing with both hands as far as possible. Make sure both hands are parallel to each other. Hold for 2 seconds. For best results, clients should exhale and drop head between arms when reaching and knees should stay extended. Refrain from Take 2 measurements to get average. When referring to ACSM values, subtract 3 centimeters from each value. The zero set point is at 26 centimeters. Client sits on the floor without shoes. A yardstick is placed on the floor and duct tape is placed at the 15-inch mark. Clients sit with the yardstick between their legs. Legs are extended out to the tape line. Heels of the feet should touch the edge of the tape line apart 10 to 12 inches. Client slowly reaches forward without bouncing with both hands as far as possible. Hands should be parallel to each other.
Yeah.
Hold for 2 seconds. For best attempts, client should exhale and drop head between arms when reaching and knees extended. Refrain from fast jerky movements. Place the chair against the wall for stability. Have the client sit close to the edge of the seat. Have the client extend the leg that will be measured out in front of the hip and ankle dorsiflex 90 degrees. With heel on the ground, the foot of the rested leg is placed flat on the ground. Have the client exhale and slowly reach forward with hands parallel down the extended leg, trying to touch the toes. Spine should be straight and head aligned. Hold for 2 seconds.
6.5.
Do 2 practice trials and 2 trials. At the end of the shoe of the medial aspect is at 0. If the client reaches before toes, it's minus. If it is reached past the toes, it's a plus score. Compare to ACSM norms. Have the client lay down on their back. The client will bring up the preferred leg on their own to their chest. Lumbar spine should be on the floor along with the extended leg during the test. If tested leg rises from the floor, they are inflexible. If tested leg remains in contact with the floor, they are flexible. Have the client lay down on their back. Be sure the lower back is in close contact with the floor. Have an assistant or a tester raise the leg of the client straight up without bending until you feel a resistance on the client or a request to stop. Measure with the manometer by placing it at the pivot point of the hip and measuring the degree of the angle of the straight leg. Test twice to receive an average. A minimum of 80 degrees is acceptable. A degree of 90 is desirable.